What if a comet from another star system appeared to break the laws of nature, right in front of our telescopes? Because that's exactly what just happened. In 2024, astronomers spotted a strange new visitor hurtling through our solar system. They called it 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed. But this wasn't just another space rock passing through. Something about it didn't feel right. It looked like it had a tail, except this tail didn't behave like a normal one. It pointed toward the sun instead of away from it. A rare phenomenon known as an anti-tail. Most thought it was just a trick of perspective. But then, something impossible happened. The anti-tail disappeared. In its place, a perfectly ordinary tail pointing away from the sun. For many, this was just an optical quirk. For others, it posed a serious question. Did this alien object just switch sides? Did we just watch an interstellar comet change its nature in real time? And if so, what else don't we understand about visitors from beyond our solar neighborhood? Normally, a comet's tail flows away from the sun. That's because of radiation pressure and the solar wind pushing dust and gas outward. But occasionally a strange visual illusion pops up. The anti-tail. An anti-tail appears to point toward the sun, completely backward from what physics tells us should be possible. The effect is rare, and even in comets that show it, it happens only under very specific observational conditions as Earth passes through the comet's orbital plane. In the past, bright solar system comets like Comet Rand-Roland and Comet Pan-STARRS have shown anti-tails very briefly. But what 3I Atlas did next makes all of those examples seem tame. As astronomers tracked 3I Atlas in early 2025, the anti-tail didn't just show up, it persisted. Usually, anti-tails are short-lived moments during specific Earth relative positioning. But 3I Atlas held on to it for weeks. And not just faintly. This thing was distinct, solid, bright, structured. Scientists were confused. If this was just dust trailing behind the comet and catching the light at a rare angle, it shouldn't last this long. And with an object from deep interstellar space, built from materials no probe has ever sampled, the question started to grow. Was this comet truly behaving like a normal comet, or were we witnessing something new altogether? In May 2025, telescopes positioned across Europe and South America noticed something strange. The anti-tail was breaking up. First it began dimming, then it changed orientation, and finally it morphed into a flowing stream of dust now pointing away from the sun, just like a traditional comet tail. For weeks, researchers debated whether this flip was real. But time-lapse imaging from the Zwicky Transient Facility, ZTF, and Pan-STARRS made it clear the anti-tail had evolved, not vanished. 3I Atlas had developed a normal tail, one we wouldn't have seen at all if we hadn't caught the strange anti-tail first. It wasn't just a visual trick. This comet had literally transitioned from one phase of behavior to another, and the data started pouring in. NASA and ESA teams rushed to point high-powered eyes at the object. Even the James Webb Space Telescope was able to snap a few infrared scans while in low illumination mode. The first surprise? Active ejection of fine particles, evidence of sublimation triggered by solar heating. Spectral imaging revealed something incredibly unexpected: complex carbon-bearing compounds. Early analysis suggested material enriched in hydrocarbons and cyanides, potentially amino acid precursors, building blocks of life. Not rare in comets, but never seen coming from an interstellar visitor before now. Clearly, this wasn't a dead chunk of rock. It was very much alive, chemically speaking. For astronomers, this tail flip was a cosmic curiosity. But for the fringe scientific community, and some overly enthusiastic researchers online, it was something entirely more dramatic. Some theorized the anti-tail was the result of unusual magnetic interactions between the sun and the object's exotic materials, an idea not yet supported by the physics. Others speculated the pace of the tail shift reflected internal artificial heat regulation. You read that right. Alien tech speculation. One Reddit post even claimed the anti-tail was a deliberate laser reflection. But most astrophysicists agree. This is an example of how unfamiliar material behaves under familiar forces. That's not to say it's boring. In fact, it may be more important than UFO theories. It's about how alien matter behaves just slightly differently. And that changes everything. The tail transformation of 3I Atlas reveals just how little we understand about outgassing under unique thermal conditions. The idea that an object can appear inert for light years and then suddenly spring to life near our sun is a wake-up call. It also reopens the case on Oumuamua, the mysterious flat-shaped interstellar object that showed no tail at all. Did it miss its outgassing window? Or was it composed of the same deep-buried material that only activates at just the right balance of sunlight and distance? With 3I Atlas, scientists now have clearer data about how delayed activity from alien bodies looks in real time. The implications are huge for planetary defense, material science, even astrobiology. Let's not forget, an anti-tail is more than eye candy. It offers rare insight into how light, dust, velocity, and geometry interact beyond our solar system. Dust grain analysis from the transition period showed extremely fine particulate ejection, perhaps the result of lower temperatures required to destabilize ultralight interstellar regolith. This wasn't just a pretty streak in the sky. It was a natural experiment happening in real time, showing us exactly how solar radiation handles materials we've never touched before. We're learning particle by particle. After witnessing this shift, NASA insiders have reignited interest in a rapid response ISO mission. You might have heard of the ESA's Comet interceptor, scheduled to launch soon, designed to wait in space and intercept the next interstellar visitor. But 3I Atlas has made one thing very clear. We need faster eyes and faster probes. Some scientists are calling for pre-positioned deep solar system interceptors guided by AI tracking systems that deploy automations within hours of a new target being detected. Because we might not get to witness this kind of transformation again, and next time, the object might be even stranger. At the end of the day, 3I Atlas didn't just pass through our solar system, it taught us something. That comet tails, even reverse ones, could be hiding deeper stories of composition, heating, and time. That interstellar doesn't always mean dead rock, and that optical illusions can sometimes expose events we'd otherwise never understand. So the anti-tail turned into a regular tail. Big deal, right? Actually, it might just change how we classify and prepare for our next interstellar encounter. Here's a question to leave you with. If a comet from another solar system can fake us out once, what else have we totally misunderstood so far? What if anti-tails have appeared before, but we didn't even notice? And what if our models for comet activity are based on assumptions that only apply to comets born here? Let us know what you think in the comments. Could this be natural behavior, or did we miss something stranger entirely?